7th, 1944. Operation Overlord has gone well. Not flawlessly, but well enough to secure a narrow toehold along the coast of Normandy and to put 154,000 troops ashore. More are on the way. The Allies now move quickly to expand their beachhead before the Germans can mount a counterattack. As the GIs move inland, they encounter unfamiliar terrain, a maze-like region of tall hedgerows and sunken roads known as the bocage. The earthen banks that had been used for centuries to mark off fields now provide the Germans with strong defensive positions. The Americans must take the hedgerows one by one. The Battle of Normandy is not a general's war of grand strategy. Instead, it becomes a soldier's war, a contest of wits and guts. Progress is slow. Despite steady pounding by Allied aircraft and with no air support of their own, German forces fight tenaciously. Casualties on both sides are high. By the end of June, there is talk of a stalemate. Although several German tank divisions are available to the east, Hitler refuses to commit them. He still believes the Normandy landing is a diversion and that the main Allied attack is still to come at Calais. Even without reinforcements, the German troops refuse to yield. By late July, 7 weeks after the Normandy landing, Allied forces hold positions they had expected to reach 5 days after D-Day. On July 25th, in an effort to break out, the Allies launch a major attack. It begins with a massive aerial bombardment. The American Army drops more bombs and artillery shells in this single attack than ever before. The German divisions lose 70% of their men. 2 days later, the Allies finally punch through German lines. Only now does Hitler realize that the Allies' Normandy campaign is not a diversion. Against the advice of his generals, he orders a major counterattack. The gamble fails. Trapped inside a narrow corridor, German forces come under relentless fire. In the end, German losses in the Battle of Normandy are staggering. Nearly 250,000 casualties and another 200,000 troops captured. August 25th, 1944, Allied forces enter Paris. Gains during the summer of 1944 are among the most dramatic of the war. In the east, the Red Army advances on a broad front, destroying 12 German divisions. To the south, French and American forces land on the shores of the Mediterranean and head north. From the west, the Allies advance, chasing an army in retreat. As they approach the Siegfried Line, a vast network of fortifications and minefields along the German border, fuel shortages bring the Allies to a halt. German resistance stiffens. By early October, the two armies are locked in a standoff. Despite rapidly deteriorating weather, Eisenhower is determined to remain on the attack at Aachen, in Holland along the Lower Rhine, and through the dense, rugged Hürtgen forest. The gains are minimal. The costs are high. The 90-day Battle of Hürtgen alone results in nearly 30,000 American combat casualties. It's the early morning hours of December 16, 1944. The Wehrmacht launches a major counteroffensive, striking through the Ardennes forest. The Allies are caught off guard. It is the Battle of the Bulge. The Germans surround the 101st Airborne Division at Bastogne and demand a surrender. The paratroopers refuse. Other American forces also hold the line. By Christmas, many German units are in retreat. The Allies begin the new year with a counterattack of their own. Fighting in bitterly cold weather, they slowly regain the ground they had lost. By the end of January 1945, Allied forces are once again poised to breach the Siegfried Line and enter Germany. This time, they succeed. In the weeks that follow, the Allies close on the Rhine, the last major obstacle to the German heartland. In March, the Americans seize the bridge at Remagen and cross the Rhine. By now, dozens of Allied divisions are advancing into Germany. As they advance, the Allied soldiers bear witness to the costs of Hitler's ambition. The death camps, Nordhausen, Dachau, Buchenwald. On April 25th, Soviet and American forces link up at Torgau on the Elbe River. 5 days later, as German divisions surrender to the Allies, Adolf Hitler commits suicide in his bunker in Berlin. On May 8, 1945, Germany surrenders. Yet for all the jubilation that follows the Allies' victory in Europe, the war is not over. For other American soldiers, those fighting in the Far East, there is the prospect not only of more war, but another costly invasion, this time of the Japanese mainland.